Good morning, children. Today we are going to start our third lesson of history. The topics what we will discuss here today, these are Diwani rights of Bengal, permanent settlement, Riyatwari system. It is also known as Munro system because it was started by Thomas Munro. Malwari system, which was introduced in 1822, and the fifth is shift to food crops to cash crop. Diwani rights. It was started in first in Bengal. It means the whole system of collecting the taxes were given to the authority, British authority, and those authorities had been given to the local chieftain, means local zamindars. And this was in Diwani system. The percentage of the taxes were fixed, and zamindars were misusing that. They were charging actually 11% was the fixed tax, but the zamindars were taking more, and they were also disturbing the common people who were not able to pay the taxes. They have forced them to do as without work without payment in their homes, and zamindars also tends to cut the forest to increase the land area, cultivation area, so that they could get the more taxes. And it was started in Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar. Earlier, in those during those time, Bihar, Odisha, and Bengal were one confederation. Means one was there, but part was divided. Permanent settlement. In permanent settlement, the Britishers had made a system permanently that the villagers will own the land, they will do the agricultural work, and they will pay the tax. And without paying tax, they will be not able to do the agricultural work. But the land was permanent in their hand. Here also, the zamindars were responsible for collecting the taxes from the peasants and distributing the land area to tilling the field. And in this way, farmers were getting the profit from the land cultivation and paying the taxes. Rayatwari was started by Munro, which was another just like a different system of collecting taxes. It was started by Thomas Munro. That's why sometimes it is also known as a Munro system. Rayats were there. Rayats means one who had their own land or got the land as a gift or donation from anyone, and they had Britishers. They had here means Britishers or authority had measured the land, fixed the taxes according to the fertility of the soil or according to the area where much fertile soils were there, more taxes. Where they were growing cash crops or food crops, taxes were divided among the fertility and their income of the common people. And Mahalwari system. Mahal means you can say that an area or village. So one village was given in hand of 1, 2, 3, 4. These villages were given in hand of the local people selected by the Britishers, and those local people were forcing the common people to pay the taxes, which was much high. But here they had reformed many things in the agricultural side, such as some of them had made canals, someone had measured the land, and their mahal was there. Means measured land was there. This is for this village, that measured land was for that village. It was known as Malwari system. And the taxes collected from those where again some percentage was kept by the British zamindars, and more of them were in hand of Britishers. here zamindars were misusing their power. How? They were, suppose taxes was fixed for X% and zamindars were recovering X plus 2, X plus 3, X plus 4, X plus 5 percentage, so that they were getting more benefits, and villagers were fearing by that if they will revolt or they will raise the voice, the land will be taken back by the zamindars. That's why they were not opposing the zamindars. But in some places you will find that they had rebelled, such as in your area, rebellions of Jharkhand and Assam, Ahoms were there. They had rebelled against Britishers or zamindars. Now, shift to food crops to cash crops. Earlier, common people were growing food crops. As you know that we are producing, we are doing subsistence agriculture. Someone is in the primitive way, someone in the modern way. So subsistence means for their own use. Plot of the land was small and the family members were working in those fields to get more crop, more yield. So at that time they were producing wheat, rabi, kharif, such as paddy, maize, and many other coarse grains such as millets. Millets, where you know that here this is coarse grain. In few parts of our country, still today, it is used as fodder crops, and few areas they are eating. So Britishers had forced them to grow indigo, poppy, jute, cotton for their use. What is poppy? Poppy is a new word for you. You know that from poppy we are converting it into opium. In Hindi it is known as afim, which is a drug, toxic drug. Perhaps you have seen a film, Urta Punjab. There you have seen the impact of bad, worse effect of toxic elements, drugs, when one will addicted by this. So why they had forced the Indian farmers to grow poppy? Actually, poppy they want to sell them in the Chinese market, and instead of poppy they want to take tea from there. And but Indians were not happy by producing poppy, because poppy is making their field unfertile. It was another, and commonly we cannot use poppy. So Britishers were only the buyers of jute, indigo, cotton and poppy. So here these were the raw materials. Jute, cotton and indigo were the raw material for their industries, cotton industry. In this way, they had taken raw materials from India to Britain, and when the finished goods were there, it had then again they had bought back in Indian market, and they were ready to sell. This shifting had broken the backbone of Indian economy. You know that earlier we were self-sufficient in our products by subsistence agriculture, but after the use of producing cash crops forcibly by the Britishers, now Indian economy was badly affected. Actually, they attracted the innocent farmers by giving them loan, heavy loan, and the farmers were not able to repay back. That's why they had again forced to grow this type of cash crops. Now, I am going to give you some assignment you have to do.